Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and it seems kind of a perpetual theme on my channel that I'm always looking for good bit storage, something to hold the little 1/4-inch bits. And I've got a couple of new ones here, and in particular this one that I want to highlight today. This is made by Snap-on. It's kind of an unusual design. It uses kind of a silicon polymer material with these strips of neodymium magnets. So each individual bit has its own actual magnetic contact, which is important, and it's fairly flexible, but it's also got an interesting design that I think I could leverage if I understood it a little better. They do say it'll fit on curved surfaces, so here I've got an old antique mothball container, and yes, it does actually fit on a curved surface. If we compare that to, say, one of these magnetic ones, it's not really going to stay, but how often do we need a curved surface bit holder? It also snaps together like this and fits, nicely in a toolbox or tool pouch or something, or you could mount it. It's got screws here. These tabs are designed to make it easily peel away from metal. So if I slap that onto, say, a little sheet of metal here, it does stay very well. And that helps peel it off, I guess, compared to these. This one here is an Aries. I got it on Amazon. This one here is the identical thing. It says Mechanics Time Saver on it. I got this off the Snap-on truck, and you can buy one identical to this that's marked Blue Point for 4 times as much. These are actually 3 times as much as off the Snap-on truck for the no-name or the Mechanics Time Saver. Aries was about $13 on Amazon. It uses a one of the older style kind of flexible ceramic magnets. It's not anywhere near as strong as holding the bits, which I'll show you in a minute, but it does stick quite nicely on a solid surface. And if you're pretty much just trying to store some bits, you're not moving around a lot, these are fine. But as far as holding the bit, let's take a look. This Aries here, or this one, I can easily, if you watch, tap and the bit falls right out, compared to this Snap-on, where there I had to whack it a little harder to get that bit out. These are in there pretty tight. You can see that. Whereas here, I can't. There's no way I can even come close to lifting this. It does weigh a lot more though. But this one here, these are 6 across times 8, so we got 48 total bits here. I could do that on 2 sides. Also it gives me the options, of how I may want to store them depending on what the bit actually is. These are pretty good. Don't stick together. There's no real solid option for storage, except just tossing them in your tool bag. And the problem is you've got this giant exposed magnet. It's just going to collect everything. This, on the other hand, now won't. Whereas if this, just starts sticking in, touching stuff, it's going to start picking things up. Whereas this one, I've basically secluded the magnets inside it, so I'm not going to get a whole bunch of junk stuck to it as well, which to me is a benefit. I've got fixed cases like this. This was kind of that dud case. I tried to work on it, but it's a lot of room for not a lot of good storage there. Others, of course, my Jaws case. This one, this is that designed for 2 2s and 2 5s. And this one does work fairly well. You can store a lot of bits in here, 100 of them as a matter of fact. So for a, the price per bit, this is the winner. This guy here is about $30 off the Snap-on truck, which, yeah, that seems like a lot, compared to the 12 for something like that. But it's a lot less than the 40 for the Blue Point. This here is known as the Flexbithldr. Flexbithldr. I don't see it marked on here anywhere, and I don't know what the Snap-on warranty is, if it does finally give up the ghost, but it looks like a solid little solution. I'm glad they're exploring these different different options. But, you know, for holding a bit in, you know, fairly tight, something you're just going to quickly use to, you know, snap onto your toolbox, or, you know, just flip and go. It's a decent solution. These are decent if you've got vertical or horizontal storage, but it's not going to be bumped or anything that would knock these out. And then this is a good portable solution. This is pretty heavy with this many bits in it. So given that little snap on the lid there, put a link to this below, but it actually might be good to throw a rubber band around it in case you drop it, because otherwise the bits will go flying. Anyway, I thought you might be interested in seeing one of these in action. It's a solid little unit. Little on the pricey side, except you've got a whole bunch. You've got 16 neodymium magnets that are inserted into here, into the slots. And you've got, you know, multiple options. But you are paying snap-on prices. And with that, Doc out.